Welcome to Hudaybiya Model School e-learning classes. I am your general science teacher and I am here with the second lecture of Unit 1. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss important contributions of Muslim scientists. So, Muslim scientists and scholars have contributed a lot to the human knowledge, especially in the period between 7th and 13th century. Now I will discuss the contributions of following Muslim scientists in detail. First is Jabir bin Hayyan, second Muhammad bin Zikriya al-Razi, third Ibn al-Haytham, fourth al-Biruni, fifth Bu Ali Sina. The first scientist is Jabir bin Hayyan, 721 to 817 AD. AD stands for Anno Domini. Anno Domini is a Latin phrase which means in the year of the Lord, which is used when referring year Jesus Christ was born. He is considered to be a father of chemistry. So because of his a lot of contributions in the field of chemistry, he was known as the father of chemistry. He had established his own laboratory. He invented sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and several other important compounds. He discovered some important scientific techniques such as crystallization. So crystallization is the process in which a liquid solution converts into a solid crystalline state. Second is distillation. Distillation is the action of purifying a liquid by a process of heating or cooling. The third terminology is sublimation. It is the transition of a substance directly from the solid state to a gas state without passing through the liquid state. And evaporation. Evaporation is basically a process by which water changes from a liquid to a gas state. For example, the sweat drying from our body. It is a great example of evaporation. Muhammad bin Zikriya al-Razi, 865 to 930 AD. He was the great physician of his time. He studied philosophy, alchemy, and music. Philosophy. The word philosophy means love of wisdom. So it is the study of fundamental problems such as those connected with reality, knowledge, reason, mind. Second term is alchemy. Alchemy was an ancient science. It was considered as the mother of all the sciences. It was a branch of chemistry studied in Middle Ages which involves trying to discover how to change an ordinary metal into gold. His largest medical encyclopedia. Medical encyclopedia holds the information about the diseases, medical conditions, tests, symptoms, injuries, and surgeries. So his largest medical encyclopedia was Al-Hawi, containing all the important information that was available from Greek and Arab sources. He was the first to discuss the details of smallpox and measles. Smallpox and measles are the viral diseases. Another major contribution is Kitabul Mansuri fil Tib. In this book, he has written about the diseases, their symptoms, means their signs, and their treatment. This book was translated into English, Latin, and French. He was the first who used opium for anesthesia. Opium is an addictive drug that is derived from a poppy plant. So he used that drug for anesthesia. Anesthesia is derived from a Greek word which means without sensation. So it means insensitivity to pain, especially and artificially induced by the administration of gases or the injection of drugs before surgical operation. So he used this drug as an anesthesia. Ibn al-Haytham, 965 to 1039 AD. He was the famous physicist of all time. Physicist means he was an expert of physics. He is considered as father of optics. Optics is the scientific study of the behavior and the properties of light. He gave the basic principles of reflection and refraction of light. Reflection means the return of light or sound waves from a surface, and refraction means it is the change in the direction of waves when it passes from one medium to another. Rainbow is an example of refraction. He explained the working of eye. His famous book Kitabul Manazir was translated into Latin. Next is Al-Biruni, 973 to 1048 AD. He was the great scholar of physics, mathematics, geography and astronomy. Geography is the study of physical features of Earth and its atmosphere. Astronomy is the study of stars, moons, sun, planets. He wrote a famous book, Kitabul Hind. In another famous book, Qanun al-Masudi fil Hayat wan Najum, he has discussed astronomy, solar and lunar motions. Solar motion means the motion of sun and lunar motion means the motion of moon. His major contribution was to determine the diameter of Earth. He has written more than 150 books on various topics. Abu Ali Sina, 980 to 1037 AD, he was the greatest scientist of his time. He wrote more than 100 books about medicine, science, philosophy and literature. His famous book about medicine, Al-Qanun fil Tibb, was prescribed as a textbook in medical institutes of Europe till 17th century. His another famous book was Al-Shifa. He was the first physician to describe the meningitis. Meningitis is a bacterial infection of the membranes covering the brain and spinal cord. Those membranes are known as meninges. So, he was the first who described meningitis. Meningitis is a bacterial disease. Important contributions of people and cultures to scientific innovations. Innovations mean technological invention. So the history of science is as old as human. The growth of science is a gradual process. Gradual means it is a slow process and it has taken a very long period of time to achieve the present status. The growth of scientific processes can be divided into 4 periods: Greek period, Muslim period, European period and recent period. I will discuss these 4 scientific periods in my next lecture.